How's it going, guys? Today, I wanted to write an article for you guys. A lot of people tend to get discouraged about growing a beard and whatnot, and they have a lot of questions associated with them, and how it can help them grow a beard. What tricks and tips can they use? And honestly, it's for the most part, it's time and patience. I mean, there are some things that can help, and I covered that in this article today. And I'll cover those briefly for you guys, but you can read them more in detail in the actual article. But one of the main things about a beard, and it helps early on, and you just continue it as a regimen as you grow your beard longer and longer, is first you have to clean your face daily. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I find that if my face isn't clean, it feels dirty and gritty, and then it gets in your eyes and all that salt and sand and everything. It just feels dirty. But there are benefits to it as well. I mean, you got to think, you got all those dead skin cells, you got all that oil, you got all that grit and that grime and that dirt. Your face is already having a hard enough time getting those hairs to sprout out. Let's not give them another reason to have to fight to break free. You know what I mean? I mean, they already want to pop up like a dandelion in July. Just give them that extra boost by just making sure your face is clean. Also, one of the things I noticed, and my wife had to help me with it because I couldn't even see it myself, is that sometimes, like right in here, I'll get like an ingrown hair. I won't even know it. But what it is that because I wasn't like exfoliating my face like once a week, those hairs would start growing in there. And she pulled out one time, and it was still attached. The follicle was still in there, and she very carefully pulled it out. That thing was like this long in there, and it was all weird and curly and stuff like that. But that's why I'm trying to tell you, you have to exfoliate your face. Sometimes there's like little bit of skin that grows over those follicles, and when you exfoliate your face, you'll help break those hairs free, and they'll have a chance to grow. So it's just some things that I've learned. Of course, my wife, being the health conscious person that she is, and also being a woman, she kind of knows these tips and these tricks to help that. And that's why I say, if you have a significant other, or a wife or something like that, or a girlfriend, ask her. She probably knows. Just saying. And one of the other things I wanted to go over is beard balms. And I know the beard struggle, they push it a lot. Hey, get these beard balms, blah, blah, blah. But if you're just starting out growing a beard, one of the first things is that dreaded beard itch. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but that's because I did some research prior to growing a beard, so I knew what to expect, and so I covered those bases ahead of time. But there is hope out there. You don't have to suffer. And what it is that when you're shaving your face with a razor blade, think of it like when you're sharpening a blade, right? You take a steel, or you take a whetstone, and you sharpen that tip into a point, right? Literally, you're making a point. Even if it's a blade edge, it's still technically a point. Well, what do you think a razor does to hair? It turns it into a point. And so when you get that razor burn, or you get that beard itch, a lot of the times is because you have some hair that's masquerading as a blade trying to push through your face. And then, of course, hairs, they kind of curl and stuff, and they start scratching into your face and stuff. That crap hurts. So one of the things I learned, and I did the research, and what I'm telling you today is use beard balms. They soften the hair, they condition the face, they make the skin, they have oils in them, and they have these minerals and these vitamins and these proteins and stuff that help promote healthier skin. They help promote softer hair on your face, and they keep it from drying out, so you don't get that dandruff, you don't get that, or that beard drift, as I like to call it. And it helps manage and maintain the beard. I even told you guys in an article, I think it was What My Beard Has Taught Me, week 2, about how beard balms can be used also as a control, because you can put a little bit of water in with them and they'll turn into that paste. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of things out there that that can help. But I'm not just pushing a product. I'm telling you guys because I've been there. I've seen it. There are things that help, and if you're looking for something to help make your beard look healthier and better and stronger and fuller, give it the best chance it can get, and then just continue that regimen. You know what I mean? You started out week 1, right? And you just continue after that. It'll become your morning ritual. Now, I'm not saying that, to sit there and use the beard balm and the beard oil all at the same time. No, and the Beard Struggle actually recommends, and they have a whole regimen. They give you a little card when you buy their products. If you haven't bought their products, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about, but when you do, or if you do, you will. And they have this morning balm, this afternoon or daytime tonic, which you would use about midday, about when the blisters of the sun and all of the environmental factors have already beaten down your beard to a bloody pulp, like some Rocky fight somewhere or something like that. And then you put in that beard balm, and I'm telling you, about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my face is itching, because it's drying out and stuff like that. And I just put like 1 or 2 squirts in there. Even with my long beard, it only takes like 1 or 2 at most, because you already still have some remnants of the balm from the morning. And I put that on my beard and I brush it through with the little comb they gave me, and I'm good for the rest of the day. But that's why they recommend it, you know what I mean? It's to keep your face moisturized, and I cover that in the next section of the article about moisturizing your beard. And then of course at night you get the nighttime elixir, and you use that, and because it's a heavier oil, it will sit on your face all night long and keep it from drying out, so in the morning it's nice and soft and ready for your next day's regimen to go on. The last thing I cover is going over why my beard looks different than your beard, or why your beard looks different than your buddy's beard. There's a lot of factors to that, and I'm not going to sit there and beat you to death over, what, like whether it's genetics or whether or not you have low T, or, also known as low testosterone. But what I do know is that there's this thing called DHT, and I can't pronounce it to save my life, so I'm not even going to try and butcher it in front of you guys. But DHT is testosterone, but there's an enzyme called 5R, and you guys can look up what 5R is. I put it in the article so you guys can know what actually it says. But 5R is an enzyme, and they call it androgenic enzyme. But that enzyme or hormone, is what mixes with testosterone and creates DHT. DHT is what turns you from a boy to a man. All right, it's a special chemical testosterone that promotes hair growth, in your face. That's important, and there are certain factors that will actually bring that down. Some of it could be genetics. You might just not be so sensitive to testosterone, but some of it could be, there's another factor. It could be you're overweight. And I'm not calling you fat, so please don't think that. And if you are overweight and you're happy with that, by all means. But if you want the best shot at growing a beard, might want to lose some of the weight around the midsection, because that has been proven to reduce the enzyme that helps create DHT. With no DHT, there's no beard growth. So with that said, I hope some of these things helped, and please like and subscribe to the articles, comment on the section below, and until next time, beard on, beard brothers.